right, round 2. First video didn't work out. But anyway, welcome back to episode 9 of D1 Yappers! We are joined with our very special guest, Ava! And for those who don't know, former roommate. She's back in town for a little bit, so we're going to try to get 2 videos in. Special. Mm-hmm. No guest has been in 2. First time for everything.
It's really great.
Yeah. Snap. In today's episode, we are going to be sharing with you guys some of our most humbling, most deepest, darkest, embarrassing secrets. So we're gonna be vulnerable. We're gonna share. It's dark. It's dark out here. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to start again?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. I'm trying to make the story as good. So, this is, most of mine are in high school, because this is when, like, the darkest things probably happened to me. But, so the story originates sophomore year. I signed up to go on a school trip with my friends, and it was between all the grades. And we had popular girls in our grade, but they were really nice. And then the grade above us had popular girls, but they were, like, horrifically mean. Like, they were just very mean people. And they happened to be on this trip. And word got out when we were in Madrid that they had told a girl in their grade, who I knew because my sister was friends with this girl's sister. And they had literally, like, bullied her and then also told her to kill herself. So she's, like, crying in the hallway.
It's
not funny.
It's just crazy how you say, you're like, and they told her to kill herself.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Like, enough is enough. I'm thinking I'm going to be the hero in the story. So,
stood up to bullying.
Stood up to bullying. So me and my friends in our WhatsApp group chat with our teachers as well.
With our
teachers. Oh, girl, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We start making fun of them and sending videos, because they're sending videos in this group chat because they think they're funny. So we start copying the videos and making fun of them because we're, like, giving you a taste of your own medicine. So then flash forward to junior year. Thank you. Nothing happened after the trip. We didn't talk to them, whatever. It's junior year now. And our school is this small public charter school. We don't have a gymnasium, no field. So there's no homecoming game. Instead, we have color wars.
We've had that soccer game.
Yeah, we did have the homecoming soccer game, which was always fun. But our, like, big deal was color wars, where all of the grades would compete in these, like, competitions. And part of the competition was our hallway decorations.
Like crazy.
So, yeah, like that. And we were like, we want to be the first junior class to beat the seniors. So we had a lot of camaraderie. I spent, like, $300 on this hallway. Like, our hallway was crazy. It was so good. And we end up winning. The juniors end up beating the seniors. And, of course, the seniors are pissed. I get it. But, like, try harder. Be better. Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
So, of course, these mean girls decide to go on a rampage in our community Snapchat for the school. And they're like, yeah, y'all are so lame. That's why none of you go to our parties. Da-da-da. Which, like, I'm yawning over here because I know that was my sister's grade that had the best parties that they would always go to, and now they're a flop. So I'm like, I'm gonna try and put them in their place part 2. Not the best idea. And I send in the Snapchat group chat a picture of myself with the caption, we wouldn't want to go to your lame parties anyways. Some crap like that where I was like, none of us even give 2 craps about your parties. And
what the frick?
Yeah, I was saying that for the sake of this video.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
And all of a sudden, everyone starts screenshotting this one Snapchat. And I get home to find that in all of their Color Wars posts, I'm a featured image in all of their pictures. So I'm like, great. Now they all hate me. And so I'm trying to go to bat privately. I'm like, yo, take those pictures down. Like, that's, like, weird. Like, what's the beef? Like, you lost. What's the beef? And they say they're not going to. So I go to bat in the comments. My sister starts going to bat in the comments. And Anna goes to bat for me on her private story. And she targets one specific girl that she kind of had beef with too. And she was like, so-and-so is such a piece of trash, like, she's the worst, like, no one even likes her anyways, like, she's just garbage. Puts on her private story. She, of course, has a senior in her private story who screenshots that snapshot. Yeah, snitch. You know who you are. Screenshots that snap and sends it to the entire senior class. So me and Anna wake up the next morning and we step in the school to find that every single person in the senior class and one honorary senior who's in our grade but acts like he's a senior show up in trash bags to stick up for this girl. And they just start yelling at Anna in the hallway. I'm now not the victim anymore. Now it's Anna. So now I'm like, God damn it. So now the principal pulls us aside and they're like, they're yelling at you, like, what's going on? We explain the story and, like, they basically giggle and go their own way. So we're like, damn, so, like, they're not going to do anything. Like, we were trying to be the heroes here. And, yeah, I mean, the beef ended up going over. They all ended up personally apologizing to me and saying that I was stupid. Yeah, they all crawled into my DMs. And we're like, crazy. No, like, you and your sister are so cool, like, da-da-da-da-da, like, there was no beef. And I literally, like, laughed. I think I, like, laughed at the message or something, so I was like, dude, really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was definitely humbling for me, because everyone, after I helped us win, turned back on me. Yeah, there was a moment where everyone hated me, but
you put your back there, too.
I was trying to do the right thing, people. But, yeah.
My story is less complicated,
obviously.
So basically, this was freshman year when I was still at this school, and we had like this pasta. Well, I actually don't. That cat's not there anymore.
Yeah, so, it's like a pasta bar
now, or
yeah, it's still there. It's just like you build your own pasta.
Ciao Bella.
She's Italian.
It's called Ciao Bella.
Very cultured.
And we would like never go there because there was always a really long line. It was just not worth the time and energy. But there was a few nights where there was like a short line and it was like a special treat. Like, ooh, we're getting pasta because like
eating good tonight.
Yeah, it's they had big bowls too. I was
you
like,
have
I'm
leftovers.
gonna be full.
Yeah.
And Pasta Rich put his back into
He
that
was
pasta.
yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Why did I say that?
My stomach is going crazy.
I don't even remember what I was saying. So we're in line to like get the pasta, and you know I don't do this often because it's a treat, and I'm kind of struggling. So I tell my mom, I'm like, oh, like I don't even remember what his name, like spinach probably, and I don't know. And he goes, anything else? And I went, well, pasta, obviously.
And I literally immediately started laughing.
I was like embarrassed, but I was hoping we could just gloss over it. And Maddie was not letting that happen. And which thankfully you didn't let it happen because otherwise it would have seemed so rude if I didn't laugh.
That's fair.
That is
because
true.
it was like
really out of character. Yeah.
And then thankfully Pasta Rich was like a good sport about it and also giggling and laughing because I was like, I guess I was like, why did I say that? Because obviously I'm getting pasta.
And the line is like full.
I
There's
know,
so many
there's
people
so
behind
many
us.
people.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was just gonna give me like spinach and vodka sauce.
That's all you get.
That was it.
That's it.
Unless you specify you want pasta.
Yeah.
So.
You were considerate, actually.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I don't know. But it was really humbling, and I could not get pasta for a long time because I was like traumatized. Yeah, and I was also. I just thought he was gonna be like, oh, here's that this worst person.
It was the pasta.
Yeah. He was a good sport. Like the next time we saw him, like we made a joke. About it. Yeah.
So, I wonder if he thinks about that as much as I do. Probably not.
Probably not.
He probably has no idea how
happened. My first embarrassing story. It's so dark. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Costco one. So basically my mom and I were like running errands, going shopping for groceries as one does. And there's like an animal shelter for Fairfax County nearby, so we were like, oh, like we'll just pop in, like pet some cats, say hi, whatever. I know it sounds crazy, but like, hear me out. So basically, like, my mom really likes cats. She's a cat person. I'm like more cats, but I still like dogs and stuff. So I was like, oh, can we just, like, pop into, like, the dog side? And my mom was like, okay, like, yeah, really quick. And so I'm like, okay, and all these dogs are really cute, but they're, like, really loud and barking, and, like, I've never owned a dog, so, like, barking kind of stresses me out sometimes. And then we go around to the other side, and there's this dog that's so cute. It's, like, if you made a pit bull, like, mini. Like, that sounds crazy. She was so short, like, I don't even, like, she was so short, and, like, but her body was like a pit bull, and her name was Callie. And for reference, like, pit bulls are not normally, like, 50 pounds. Like, they're, like, 80-pound dogs. So she's, like, 50 pounds. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is the only dog who's not barking. Like, she's so cute. And I'm like, Mom, please, Mom. And my mom is like, no, like, what? We have a cat. Our cat, literally, we adopted our cat from the shelter. On his adoption papers, it says, does not get along with any other pets. Like, he is the problem child of the family. And I'm like, Mom, like, oh my God, Mom. And she's like, no, like, we need to go run other errands. Like, no. And she's like, how are you going to take care of that dog? Because I live in New York, obviously. Obviously. And so we keep going, and my mom's like, we're going to go to Costco, like, maybe you'll calm down. On the way out, I start crying. On the way out of the animal shelter, I'm like crying. And my mom's like, baby girl, like, what are we doing? Literally, I'm 20 years old. So we go to Costco, and, like, the whole time my parents are kind of trying to just be like, Maddie, like, it's okay. Let's calm down and make it into the fucking Costco, like, please. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna be calm. So we're there, and we're walking in, and I'm, like, starting to cry again. And, like, my parents are like, dude, like, what? They're being really nice about it, but it's like, dude, in front of everyone at Costco, really? So then my dad, like, bumps into, like, his friend from work who he hasn't seen in years. And I had to do an interview at one point for a paper in high school with this guy, so he knows me. And I'm, like, freaking out, fully cannot pull myself together, like, crying. So my mom's like, Maddie, like, and he's in front of us, and I'm like, and he's like, probably like, what the hell? This woman is having a full mental breakdown in a Costco wholesale. So she has to pull me over to the children's section. And she's like, okay, like, breathe, like, we can go back and just see, like, what her specific requirements are, like, let's talk this through, let's calm down, like, you need to calm down, though. And there's children walking around this children's section, there's parents, there's random people, and I can't pull myself together. I'm like, like, it's so freaking bad. And, like, I like, fully can't pull myself together to the point where my dad finishes having a conversation with this guy before I can even return. And I just literally was crying in a Costco at 20 years old over a dog that my mom said no.
She's an empath.
Yeah, it's not my fault I'm such an empath. Really, but update on the story, I did not get the dog, but she was adopted, so I'm going to assume she's in a really good home.
Let's go, Callie!
Snaps to that.
This one's for you, Callie.
Yeah.
Shut up, Callie. Okay, so, alright. This was also high school. This was also junior year. And I was part of the mock trial team against my will. It was a deal I had with the teacher.
Oh my god.
Well, it was a deal I had with,
terrible.
So in order for this teacher to be my sponsor for, like, my cast project and club, she was like, you have to join mock trial.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was like, all right.
That sounds like you're doing it for an A.
Yeah, and I had friends in it, so I was like, no, I'll do mock trial. And this is pre-COVID, everything's good still. And my school, for example, is an hour away, and I have to take a bus to get there because, like, no one's driving me that far. And I wake up so late the morning of our first mock trial competition, it's not even funny. I didn't pick out the outfit the night before, so I'm scrambling. And, like, you just take the outfit to school and get changed and then go to the courthouse. So I'm just grabbing stuff. I had a skirt and a blazer, and I couldn't find, like, a button-up top to wear under the blazer. Like, I just didn't have that, and I couldn't go looking for one. And I had just gotten a Brandy Melville top that weekend. Never put it on. And I was like, it has a collar and buttons. Perfect. Grab it, put it in my bag, head to school. I get changed, we get to the courthouse, and while we're waiting for, like, the judge and for the competition to start, I realize that the top is a crop top. So anytime I move my arms, it's, like, above my bra.
Your
like,
Honor, it's not my fault.
Your Honor,
I
I'm
slay, Your
like,
Honor.
literally. So I'm panicking because, like, this teacher is gonna kill me. I was like, if that happens and I flash the audience, I'm dead. So I'm talking to my friend Anna. I'm like, Anna, what do I do? Like, I can't lift up my arm. This other kid from our team who we're friends with comes over and joins the conversation. I explain, I'm like, I'm gonna flash the audience. Like, you need to tell me. Like, I'm gonna raise my arm to say yes, Your Honor. You have to tell me if, like, my entire bra is showing. And my crush at the time ends up joining this conversation, hearing, like, the gist of, like, someone wore a crop top to this meet and, like, whatever's going on. So, and mind you, we're in front of, like, the front row of chairs, so everyone there can also hear this conversation. He comes over and he goes, what fucking idiot wore a crop top to the mock trial competition? So now everyone in the front row is laughing at me. Anna and this other guy is laughing at me, and I'm just sitting there like, all right.
That would be me.
All right. And it ends up being his friend who is like, it's Morgan. Morgan's wearing a crop top as we speak. And everyone just started laughing. I just had to be like, oh my God, I know, I'm an idiot. I know.
What was your solution? Like, how did you get around that?
I
didn't even ask that.
I'm trying to think. I think I held my arm.
Really?
I think I held it, like, instead of being like, yes,
She's like,
yeah. And I think I, like, when I put my hands, like, over my heart or whatever, I was, like, pulling the top down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I used, like, the pressure to pull it down.
You were smart.
So I made it work, but.
Barely.
Yeah.
And you were an
Without
idiot.
a little bit of
I was
embarrassment.
an idiot and got embarrassed. Like, directly by the person I liked.
in front of
other people. Yeah.
That is dark.
It was quite humbling. It was bad.
So, my story, this happened last year. I just started at my new school. I was like 2 weeks into the semester. Oh my God, Morgan.
Morgan just set me off. Okay, I want to clarify. Morgan, like, convulsing set me off.
Also heard this story.
The story just gets better and
It
better
does.
every time.
The ages like
It
fly
is
on.
one,
Yeah.
So, I have this gap between my two classes. It's like an hour and a half long gap, and I'm not gonna go home in that time. Like, I commute, so no. And I would go to the library and do homework. And there was this other kid who was in my class, the class I had after, and we would usually sit at the, like, tables next to each other because we were both waiting for that class and, like, we had time to kill. So we usually just sit next to each other at this table. And the outlets for this, like, in the library on the ground under the table, so you can, like, just plug in.
It's not doing well.
So you can, like, plug your laptop in, you know, and I had to charge my laptop. So I'm like, okay. And I go, and I'm wearing a pair of jeans that are, like, a little too loose in the waist. And I, like, go to lean down and plug in my laptop. And all of a sudden, I, like, realized that, like, my whole, like, underwear is out. And, like,
Still feeling a breeze.
oh my God. So, like, I didn't even finish plugging in my laptop. I, like,
It just sets in, yeah.
I left the cube down there for my laptop. And so I, like, bolt back up and I'm like, oh my God. I look over to see if this kid really, like, saw it, and his face is bright red. And he's, like, deliberately, like, looking away, like, avoiding all eye contact with me. And I had to, like, just sit next to him for the next, like, half hour while we waited for class to start. And then I had to sit next to him in class. Not only for that class, but for the rest of the semester.
I just remember you texting us and you were like, guys, I'm so embarrassed right now. Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, this is the worst situation
unwillingly
ever.
flashed.
This poor man, like, yeah.
I never emotionally recovered from that because every time,
Understandable, to be fair.
Every time you see a
Every
charger,
time-
a shiver comes over.
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
didn't plug my phone. I just
You're like, I need to abandon ship.
It's just
Like,
dead in
never again.
class.
and so I just every time I saw him, I was just like, oh my god, I like
A walking reminder.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you saw my underwear against your will, and I'm really, really sorry about
Oh my
that. So
Oh my god.
it was not good.
Okay.
My face hurts.
My next one. Okay, so at this point, I'm a sophomore in college, and Morgan and I are taking an ASL class, and we have an exam. So I'm like, we need to like buckle down. We got to study for this. So we go to the library to like lock in. We're locked in, and we're studying. Everything's going really well, and it's kind of like we have a late class. So I was like, I don't want to drink like a cup of coffee because then I'm gonna be like shaking throughout the whole class. Like it's not gonna be good. So I was like, I'm gonna get like a hot chocolate, like a little pick me up, a little sweet treat, but not as intense as a coffee. So I believe that either the milk was not good or I'm severely lactose intolerant. Probably a mixture of both, to be completely fair. So I'm like chilling, and I drank like a venti. I drank a big amount of this hot chocolate, and all of a sudden it's like 30 minutes before class starts, and I'm like, I don't feel good. Like, I feel really sick. And I just
Oh
look
my
at you
God.
and I'm like, Morgan, I really don't feel good. And Morgan's like, oh, there's bathrooms like right over there. And I'm like, I can't go to those. They're in the library. There's like one set of bathrooms for the entire library. So I'm like, there's too much traffic in there. I cannot in peace do that. So I'm like, okay, let's go to like the 6th floor because there's like single stall bathrooms there. Like, I'll be fine. Like, I'm chilling. So we're on the 6th floor and we're like wandering around.
We're
We
laughing.
cannot find these private bathrooms in question. So I'm like, fine. At this point, I need to go find a bathroom. So we go to like a standard like full stall bathroom. And I literally book it to like the handicap stall because it's immediately right when you get in the door. It's the closest. So I'm like, I'm beelining. I am beelining. And Morgan goes all the way to the end and she's like playing TikToks really loud, like trying her best, really. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late for class. My stomach hurts. Like, what do I do? And then people come in and immediately turn around in the bathroom to leave. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm praying that they don't memorize my shoes and my pants because I can't be someone's like celebrity pace gossip.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Yeah, because they
Especially for
They
that
talk.
reason.
Yeah.
For that reason, like, I can't have people in the hallway be like, oh my god, that was the girl in the bathroom.
That's low-key.
And they would.
And they would.
That's low-key why I didn't leave the stall after I peed, because I was like, if I go out there and I tell people to go away and they see it's me, they're gonna know it's you.
Yeah, so that was so embarrassing. I'm
Trip in the
traumatized.
handicap bar.
I remember getting text in the
Toes
group chat.
inverted.
You were like,
It's like a little goat. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, the breed of pace. It's such a small school. Like, I would become someone's pace celebrity
Yeah.
for just being like gripping the handlebars.
You'd be
Pace
someone's
confession.
pace confession.
White
Yeah.
putting those
They would literally be
handlebars.
like, I actually just walked in on one of the most horrifying incidents I've ever seen in my life. And I would really never live it down. But yeah.
R.I.P.
12 out of 10, do not recommend.
Yep.
12 out of 10.
You were so brave.
Yeah.
Snaps for bravery.
Snaps for bravery. Okay.
Back to you.
So mine is when we're in college. So freshman year, we moved in, like, some people moved in a week before classes started, and some people moved like a couple days. I was a couple day girl, and I ended up meeting the people on Maddie's floor, and I was just so excited to like be in the city. And they were like, guys, like, we should go out tonight and like go do like whatever and just like experience the city. So I'm like, I'm there. I know none of these people. I don't know what the plan is, but I'm like, I'm there. And so it's like probably 8 p.m. We all gather up and we go to Washington Square Park. And we have a lot of fun at Washington Square Park. you know. And the park closes at midnight, so we're like, okay, like the park closes, and we're like, all right, let's head home. So we get on the train, we get back here, and some people are like, you know what, like I'm gonna turn in for the night, like so there's a group of these people, and they're like, we're gonna head back to the dorms, and then there's me and like 5 other people, and we're like, we want to still experience the
The
city.
night is young.
The night
The
is
night is
young.
young. It's
like,
only 1 a.m.
we need to go do whatever. And like I had no like understanding of the area at this time. This is like night 2 of me being here. So I have no idea where we are. And we're walking towards a direction and we come across a 7-Eleven. So we get more stuff at 7-Eleven and we're like, let's see where the night takes us. And we just keep walking and walking. No clue where I am. Don't know these people. And we get to the pier, which is our Pier 17. And we're just giggling, having fun. I'm doing front walkovers all around the place. We're looking at the
As one-
skyline.
as one does.
As one does.
Who does?
And I'm like, wow, this is a great night. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna piss my pants. So I find this girl in our group, and I'm like, dude, I need help right now. Like, I'm panicking. Like, help me. Like, I'm gonna pee my pants. And she's so nice about it. And like there's like a little like shopping area at the pier, but it was closed. And like they have a bathroom. And she was like, I don't think we're gonna be able to get in there, but like if you go in this corner, I'll cover you and you can piss over the ledge into the water. So I'm
Really?
so desperate at this point. I'm like, God bless you. I go to pull my pants down, and then I have a moment where I'm like,
Life flashes before your eyes.
I was like,
Fear.
I'm gonna be on video. I was like, someone's going to watch this at the security desk, and I'm gonna be in cuffs for public urination. And I was like, no. So I pull up my pants, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, girl. Like, thank you so much. Like, I'm gonna try and dog it out. Like, I'm gonna get the dog in me out of here.
Snapping
for
a
the
dog.
Thank you. So we're like sitting on the benches, and I'm like sitting on my foot, and I'm just like, please don't
Right.
pee. Please don't pee. Please don't pee. Like, don't do it.
Begging the universe.
And
yeah.
it's like probably now like 4 a.m. at this point. Hours go by, and I'm like, okay, we're staying. And everyone's like, guys, like let's just go back to the dorms now. Like, been a great night. And I'm like, yes, like, yes.
Sweet victory.
Sweet
Yeah.
victory. I'm like, perfect. I'm standing up and I'm like,
Lights out.
So we cut out for a minute, but now everyone decides to go back to the dorms. We're walking it back. Sorry.
Back.
We're walking it back. We're walking back, and I am trailing behind tremendously because I'm like one wrong move and like it's lights out. Like floodgates are gonna open. So I'm panicking now. Again, don't know any of these people, and I'm like, I don't know where we are. Like, I'm blindly following these people. I'm like, our dorm could be, like, miles away, and I have no idea at this point. So I'm trailing, doing, like, a little limp. And I'm, like, I'm getting so desperate. There's no alleys on this street. And all of a sudden, I see the 7-Eleven again. I'm like, guys, we need to stop. Like, we need to stop. Like, I need to try and get into the 7-Eleven bathroom. So I'm, like, mute at this point because I'm so concentrated on not pissing my pants that I have someone come in with me to speak for me. And they're like, hey, like, we'll buy whatever. Like, we'll literally just give you money. Like, can we please use your bathroom? Like, it is desperate. Like, we need to use your bathroom. They literally look us up and down, laugh, and shake their head. They don't even speak. So I'm like,
This is it.
This is it. So we get back on the street. I'm trying to prosper. I'm trying to persevere. And it gets to a point where I'm like, uh-oh. And Haley's right in front of me. And I say out loud, I was like, I'm going to pee my pants. And Haley turns around with the warmest smile and just goes, just pee yourself, girl. She was like, none of us are going to judge you. Just let it out. Turns back around and keeps walking. And at the time, I was so on the brink that that's all I needed to hear. And I just let go. Still walking, and I just let go. And this is pee that has built up from like 8 p.m. to nearly 4 a.m. And the floodgates just open. And it goes down my legs, into my boots, into my socks. And the entire back of it's like not just between my legs, it's behind my legs. Like it is everywhere. I've never seen anyone pee themselves like this. Like, this was the darkest thing ever. And I just peed.
The announcement.
I was like, okay, I've peed. And I'm like happy at this point. I'm just happy that I'm not in pain anymore. And we are walking and my feet are squeaking. Like my socks are squeaking inside of my boots. And then we get to the dorm, which was literally like 2 minutes. Like it was 2 minutes at the end of the day. And I have to walk through security. Security starts laughing at me because you can see that it's down my legs and into my boots. And we walk around the corner and all 6 of us pack into this elevator. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry if it smells. And they're, of course, like, no, you're fine, girl. And he's like, I'm proud of you, girl. And I was like, I'm just gonna die. And I mosey to my room alone and have to, like, deal with myself. But, like, I was piss pants girl for, like, a while. Because the story preceded me, really, at the end of the day, night 1. Just night 1 of being in college.
Honestly, like, snaps for bravery, though. Like,
thank you.
More snaps for bravery.
Yeah, I've tried my hardest.
Because that was
That was a lot.
and you really did not outlive that story.
The pants yeah, no, it's still brought up, yeah. Those pants are currently at my house right now. The pants proceed.
Yeah. My final story. So I'm very squeamish, I guess, when it comes to like blood. And I had to go get my blood taken for like whatever. Oh my god, Maggie. And it's
I'm sorry.
and you know, I'm like, I'm an adult. I can bring myself, like it's gonna be fine.
I am woman.
I'm strong woman.
I am strong woman.
So I go, it's fine. I'm like, you know, I'm good. I get there, and the nurse, the guy is really cute. So I'm like, okay, this is a great distraction to take me away from.
Snaps to cute nurses.
Snaps to hotties.
Thank you for
Thank
all
you,
the
hot
nurses who are
nurses.
cute. And those who aren't.
We see you. We see you too. We see the uggos too.
That was crazy.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
So anyways, the nurse is super cute. So like, okay, great way to distract myself from like this. So he has the needle, and I'm like, I'm just gonna look away because I'm really squeamish, and like if I see it, I'm gonna like freak out.
Look into his eyes.
No, so I turned away, and he's like taking my blood. I'm like, it's fine. I'm doing fine. I'm so brave and strong. And he's like, he finishes, and he goes, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I am like visibly sweating and clammy because I'm like, I'm gonna pass out.
I'm going
But
down.
he goes, are you gonna pass out? Like, don't worry, it's happened before. And I was like, trust me, I know it's happened before. I've done it before.
I've lived it.
And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, don't even worry about me. Like, I'm fine. So he leaves the room. I'm like, okay. I sit there for a minute, but I'm like, I'm fine. He had told me I was good to go before he left, and I'm like, okay. So I stand up, and basically I make it 2 steps, and I hit the ground. Like, pass out fully. And he comes back in because he hears, like, my body hit the ground. And if he passed out before you know, it's, like, a weird, like, he's coming out of it.
Yeah.
And so I, like, open my eyes, and he's crouched down in front of me, like, looking at me, and I'm like, hey! Like, he goes, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. He goes, so he, like, is like, okay, just, like, hold on. He, like, picks me up, like, he lugs me up back into the chair, and, like, he's like, stay there, like, and he goes and gets me, like, juice and, like, the ice pack on the back of my neck to, like, bring me back to life. And it was so embarrassing, and I can never go get blood taken there again.
No more
It
hotties.
was so
No
bad.
more hotties.
No more hotties.
It was so bad.
I'm so scared to share my last one. Okay, my last one, to preface, was sophomore year. And I guess all of these happened like sophomore year. It was a dark year, I guess.
Yeah.
And Morgan and I took this class called Ancient to Modern Goddesses. So we were each like assigned a goddess to do like a PowerPoint presentation on, and I was like assigned with this other girl, and I didn't really know her, but like she was really nice. And the goddess that I chose, part of her storyline, was like her and a mortal man like fornicating at a temple, which is already like a crazy thing to have to present to a class and like say. So I was already like, oh god, like this is really awkward, and like of course I'm the one that has to say it. So I'm talking and I'm like, yeah, so blah 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 blah, defecate. Defecation. I said, basically commit defecation, and I was like, wait, that was not the right word. So I look up from the slides and I'm like, sorry, I mean, and like Morgan is dying of laughter, literally like right in front of me, front row, dying. My partner is like, oh, and she's trying to like hold in the like, yeah,
that's not.
She's trying to be like a really great partner and just like hold in the laughter, and my professor's laughing and then says, do you mean fornication? And I was like, yeah. And my whole class is dying laughing. And I'm just like, I want to die. Like, I just want to move forward and forget it. And then every time I look up from the screen, Morgan is laughing at me. So I can't forget it. And then other people are still laughing. And I'm just trying to power through. It's humbling, really. And ever since then, like, after all those classes, I would still go to class and, like, I know people were giggling.
It's because you were talking.
The goddess and this man pooped in the temple.
Together.
Together.
United as one. The problem
It's so much worse than saying fornication.
You talked like so quiet because you were like, yeah, and they were at the temple, and then you paused. I think because you panicked because you were pausing, you went, defecation? Like, you said it so loud and proud that everyone in the room was just so
I was
shocked.
really confident because I was like, I'm doing like, this is boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm doing great. And then I said that and I was like, oh my god. Like, I just ruined that. So, yeah, it's haunted me to this day. I will never get over it. I'm scared to present now. Like, I didn't really have presentation, like, anxiety, but, like, now I'm like, I'm literally, like, rocking in the corner, yeah. Yeah, those are our most embarrassing stories. I hope we got a giggle, at least.
It took a lot out of us to have to put these things on the internet.
And we chose
we chose dark.
Near and dear to our
ones.
hearts. Yeah. So I hope you appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are just shells of ourselves now.
Yeah. Y'all know everything now.
Yeah. That's it for today's video. Like,
Community
comment,
tab.
subscribe. Oh. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That.
Look out for our community tab. We will be posting our post either today, tomorrow, over this weekend.
Should we just tell them what like we need them to do now so that they're more like prone to do it?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay. Basically, we need you. Oh my god, I'm stressed now.
Okay.
So in the community
Defecation.
in the community tab, we're gonna put a place where you guys can give us like questions, ask us advice, whatever, like anything you want to know about us or hear from us, we want to give to y'all. So in the community tab, we're gonna have a space for that. So hopefully either like our next video or the video after that, we can do that for you guys. So please stay tuned for that.
That's all we have for today.
Yeah.
Like,
Comment.
Subscribe.
mwah, 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 mwah. Bye, guys.
Love you.